UFC Fight Night Sterling versus Zalal has wrapped up, guys. And, once again, Mr. Kenny in the main event, dude. Sterling put it on Zalal and kind of put it on the way like I thought he would. So we're going to talk about that. I'll be real, guys. Let me just address the elephant in the room. This is not going to be a full card. It's not going to be a full card review because I didn't watch the full card. Yeah, I kind of casual maxed here. I missed the first couple fights, So we're going to just talk about mainly the main fight, the main event, because there's a lot to talk about here. A lot to kind of digress and break down. And we're also going to talk a bit about this main card. But starting off with this one, guys, Aljamain Sterling went in there and he just mauled through Yousef Zalal. And the reason I ended up going Aljamain Sterling was because when you guys actually look at Zalal and who he's beaten, but Kenny did fucking the Ilia Topuria situation, the burner. Shut up, dude. Shut up. And now you know to shut up, eh? Yeah, man, but Ilia Topuria, like, dude, I don't believe in that shit. Like, I don't believe in it. Ilia's resume, brother. First, who's Josh Emmett getting nearly killed by Vallejos. Vallejos beating him in better fashion. Now Zalal getting done like that by Aljo. Maybe Islam's really going to do you bad, Ilia Topuria. That's besides the point. Jokes aside, guys. Aljamain Sterling masterclass him 49-45. Holy, and let's be real, the one round that Zalal won, he had control of Sterling and didn't really do anything with it. Like, he just had control of it and didn't do anything. Whereas I feel like Aljamain Sterling, even on the feet, which I feel like is the biggest surprise of this fight, on the feet, Aljamain Sterling was kind of comfortable, especially early on. There was times like later in the fight he was getting jabbed and his head would just go flying backwards and like he would stumble and bumble. But early on, he would just duck down and land the overhand every single time in Zalal, and it seemed like it overwhelms Zalal a bit. Zalal's not, and I never really thought Zalal was that good. Like, I hate to be that guy. Like, yeah, he finished Josh Emmett in a pretty quick fashion. That was cool. Then I looked at his other wins, like, yeah, dude, Jake Shore, dude. Fuck. Jack, whatever his name, fucking Shore, dude. Yeah, he's beating these guys. He was on a 4-fight losing streak in 2021. He kind of turned that leaf and then came back and started going on a great win streak against, like, nobodies. Aside from like maybe Josh Emmett, who's a somebody, but really not that good of a somebody, especially at 40 years of age. And Aljamain Sterling, people just thought he was old. Guys, Aljamain Sterling's been looking great at this weight class. His one loss was against Movsar Evloev. In a fight that if he fought like this, he would have won. Aljamain Sterling looked great. Man, hey, make grappling great again. That's what they want to say, right? Aljamain Sterling's grappling was very high output. A little bit too high. For Aljo, I was actually thinking, like, why is he fighting like this? At the end of the second round, I started to question if he was going to gas out. Because he was almost going for broke when he had the back of Zalal and he was just hammering him with shots, just softening him up. Zalal, like, honestly, it was a weird one for Zalal. Like, it seems like he's not, like, he has a talent, but I feel like Aljamain was just a bit too overwhelming. Started round 3, the one that Zalal did win, it was kind of just because Aljo was making mistakes and, like, Aljo was getting controlled. But even when Aljo was getting controlled, I remember him just like uppercutting Zalal, like from the bottom. He was up kicking him. He was outworking Zalal even when Zalal had advantageous positions. Round 4 starts. Aljo looks almost out of it. Like, he looks tired. He's getting eaten with like jabs and shit. He was reacting so badly. But then he gets the backpack. Aljamain's backpack might be one of the like best weapons in UFC history. I'm not even trying to glaze here. Like, Aljamain Sterling has now beaten like probably 2-3 fighters who are on paper more skilled than him. But that backpack changes. It changes a lot. Like the way he beat Peter Yan in the second fight, the rematch, off that backpack alone when Peter Yan was a seemingly better fighter, more well-rounded fighter, is amazing, dude. Aljamain Sterling, stylistically the hardest fight for Volkanovski. Not because he's better. He's not better than Volk. I remember him and Volk training. And I remember Volk actually saying when they were training how impossible it was to deal with that backpack and how like once he gets in there he's like pretty much stuck. Volk said that himself when they trained together. Even in some of the clips I saw Aljo have him in the backpack and Volk looked pretty lost. Volk's way better than Aljo. And on paper, if you would ask me who's going to win, I'm going to say Volk's going to win 9 times out of 10. But what Aljo does good is that early rounds, like he does enough in the striking just to overwhelm you and put a lot into like your face. And then like he just does a good job getting to the back. Even his like willingness to always be like sticking to you and wrestling is just impressive to me. Like Zalal would have his best moments coming forward, but like it's almost like Aljo won't let him come forward. Like Aljo's not, he doesn't mind ducking under, throwing an overhand, pushing you back to the fence just so he could use his wrestling. Aljamain Sterling looks stronger than Zalal, who's like the 5'10" bigger guy. I don't know how Aljamain went 135. It makes no sense because his physique at 145 actually looks enormous. Shibai, like this is a big 145er. So how the hell was yours? How was he? That might be borderline illegal, man. Because what? I don't get it. With that, even his physique now he looks big for this weight class. And the strength's definitely there because like when he gets these backpack in these advantageous positions, he looks strong there. Again, Movsar is one of the most physically imposing too. And even that fight, he was having some good reversals and strength mogging situations against Movsar. So he must be really strong. There's something about Aljo that I don't know how he's able to get down to 135, but the strength definitely transferred up into this weight class very well. Honestly, guys, this is where the hot take comes in. I actually think Aljamain Sterling's more deserving than Movsar for the title shot. Okay, on paper he's not, but I hated the way Movsar fought that. One thing about Aljo is I could count on him going against Volk and fighting like a normal human. When I say normal human, like I could count on Aljo fighting like himself. Brother, if Movsar goes in there and fights fucking Volk like he does to Lerone, I hate to break it to you guys. As a Movsar guy, that wouldn't be a close fight. Actually, like honestly, right now, I don't think Movsar has a chance against Volk. I'm not even hating. I just think Volk's better than him. I think it'd be hard to hold down Volk, and Movsar's not really great at holding people down. The reason I actually think Aljo has a better chance against him stylistically is because Aljo knows how to like backpack people and like secure control that way. Movsar, like he doesn't really like. Movsar is very like I'm gonna always land shots. So like he'll take you down, but he's just trying to land shots on your way up. He's not really like I'm gonna take you down, control you, which is like I think his best bet against Volk. But I just don't really see Movsar stylistically giving Volk problems at all. Whereas I feel like honestly, I think Aljo's striking might be a bit. Him and Movsar were going back and forth with their strikes, like they were landing some to give some, you know. But I think Aljo does a better job just landing something and then going into takedowns and then like trying to get the back. You know, at least Aljo has like a recipe to beat Volk, where I just think Movsar doesn't. So I think Aljamain Sterling actually solidified himself there over Movsar. I know he wants the Movsar rematch, and I think if he fought like this, because when he had the secure positions against Zalal, he was actually landing shots. That's how he lost to Movsar in that very close fight. It just came down to who was landing in those situations. Movsar was always looking to land, whereas Aljo was looking to hold. In the first round, Aljo kind of looked like he was trying to hold. In the second round, he was like, why am I doing that? And he took him down and got the backpack. He was landing some big shots. Aljamain Sterling looks still good. The only problem with him is his gas tank, which is why I can't pick him to beat Volk, even though I think it's the hardest, like one of the hardest stylistic fights for Volk, because he just kind of stands there, like his head movement kind of wilts a bit, and like he's easy to hit. And that kind of makes me think that, dude, Volkanovski, like you're not going to be able to like just take him down every time like you would with Zalal or like get your hands locked. Volk's like not going to just stand against the fence when you're shooting these takedowns. You're going to get out the fence, keep circling. And that's why Volk probably beats him. But I just think Aljamain Sterling at this age, like why not just give him like a little shoulder brush and like, you know what, go for that title. And then you're going to get his ass beat by Volk. But at least it's interesting because one backpack can change the fight. The thing about Aljamain Sterling, guys, he doesn't have to be the better fighter to win with that backpack because once he gets that position, he will secure it. One of my better picks, you know, best main event predicted this year. I told you guys, when it comes to main event, Kenny, I real. You know, I didn't sweep this main card like I did UFC Canada, unfortunately, because there was some shit that didn't go good. One of them being Norma Dumont, Edwards, which I'm actually not mad at getting the pick because I actually live bet Edwards and I won over $400. So shout out Edwards for beating the shit out of this bum. No, funny thing about this, Norma Dumont did not need a fight. She did not need to fight Edwards here. Like she was actually sitting and waiting for a title shot opportunity, but she decided to take the fight against Edwards. And Edwards just beat the dog shit out of her. Dumont won the first round, barely even that. She was smiling the whole time as you're getting her fucking face punched into a pope, you bum. Shout out, this is the battle of the bundas, and the bigger bunda actually won. You know, I'm gonna start doing that. You know, brother, when this battle of bundas, who have bigger bunda, they're probably gonna win. You know, so Edwards showed that her bunda a little bit different level. So shout out Jocelyn Edwards, Leon Edwards' little sister's cousin's friend, for getting the win over Norma Dumont, who's just a trash can who sucked at fighting, and that was a very embarrassing performance by her. Another fight I got wrong. Jeez, I did pretty bad. I did pretty damn bad. Hernandez and Rafa Garcia. I thought Hernandez was gonna have a stick and move style that was all right. Hernandez barely won the third round, but other than that, bro, it's like Hernandez just couldn't find his range. He was kicking at nothing, punching at nothing. Garcia just seemed a little bit more physically imposing in there and just overwhelmed him for the first 2 rounds. Don't really care about. Now that I think about it, this fight was kind of stupid. There's really nothing for the division. Both you guys are bums. You never be champion. I saw Rafa get on the mic. He was like, I want to be champion. Shut up. Shut up, dude. I'm not hearing that. So shout out Rafa Garcia getting it done, but it wasn't that good. This was a proud pick for me. You know, the first 3 main card fights are pretty bad pick, like badass picks for me, because like they're all underdogs. I actually think Davey Grant moved to a slight favorite, but I just trusted Davey Grant's veteran style. This was one of the best fights I've ever seen, guys. Like I'm not even trying to glaze. This fight was so good, and it wasn't 30-27. It was a masterclass in a very beautifully beautiful way to admire. Like, it was a masterclass for Grant on paper, sure, but Adrian Luna Martini, brother, papa, stop with all this goo goo gaga. He turn your brain into noodle pasta, make it to lasagna, rakia, pull up for the smoothest pasha, tasha, do the cha-cha, excuse moracha. Like, that's how he was fighting. So it was one of those fights where, like, you know, he came with his Martini Nini, and then Davey Grant came with his veteran max, and it was just a beautiful fight. Man, Davey Grant switched straight into his low kick. Oh my God, Davey Grant was badass in this fight. And then Martini was just willing to always come forward and trade. This was such a badass fight. I love fights like this. When it's like that scrappy newcomer, you know, who's trying to prove himself against like the older vet, man. Kind of like the main event, except this one was just way more badass and cool. Davey Grant went in there and he went to fucking fight. And he fought like a warrior. I loved everything about this fight. Davey Grant's actually objectively really nasty for a 40-year-old man who's built like my substitute teacher from preschool. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, for like looking like that and moving like that, he's pretty fucking badass. Martini, I want to see more of him. You can't cut this guy. I don't give a fuck, bro, if you lost to an older guy who's supposed to be on his way out. Because let's be real, Davey Grant's one of the best 40-year-olds in the fucking UFC right now. He can go up to lightweight and school people like Bobby Green and shit. You know, so I'm always interested in the Davey Grant fight because I know he's going to bring it with his fucking, yeah, dude, I'm fucking Davey Grant, man. Fuck yeah, dude, I'm from UK, dude. Shut up, dude, and just fight. I'm not trying to hear all that talk. Davey Grant's a great fighter, great performance, and I think this is one of the best fights you could ever watch, so do not miss it. You know, if you missed this one, guys, go back and watch it because, holy shit, Davey Grant is a dog, and Martini is one as well. The best fight on the card, by the way. Another very proud underdog pick by me. I said Barcelos was going to go in there and he was going to just be too much and overwhelm Jackson. All he has to worry about is that 1-2. And that's what he did. Jackson, like, damn near killed him with a jab. No, the first, like, jab Jackson landed, like, it kind of made Barcelos uncomfortable. But, like, I think Montel Jackson forgot he doesn't hit as hard as Umar Nurmagomedov, who absolutely colded this Marauder. You know, we're the only ones who could cold him. We are different, we are attractive, and we are Dagestani. Montel Jackson, I always kind of thought he was a bit overrated outside of his hand speed. I will say, in this fight, I expected Barcelos to take him down and Montel Jackson not gonna be able to be, like, get up and, like, kind of be complacent off his back like he's shown us in the past. He actually wasn't complacent. He get back up. You know, Barcelos was just too much for him in the clinch. Even the strikes towards the later rounds, he would just do more. Jackson was kind of throwing one punch at a time. This should not have been split. I think it was unanimous decision. It should have been unanimous. Like, every single judge should have had Jackson winning round 1, 2, and 3 for Barcelos. Don't know what round they could have gave Jackson out of round 1, but Jackson was definitely like he's like a one-trick pony. He just throws that straight and that's about it. Barcelos seemed a little bit more willing to just make it ugly, take him down. And like Barcelos would always take him down at the end of like every round and nearly submit him, even in the first round. So this is a world that could have been even 30-27 Barcelos if he never got dropped in that first round. But the second round, he just outworked him. It was like even in the strikes, took him down, nearly submitted him. Last round, same thing, took him down, nearly submitted him at the very end. Barcelos definitely made the lasting impression to get it done. Montel Jackson's not bad. I just really knew Barcelos was going to win, so I was pretty surprised he's an underdog. Maybe it's just the age thing. They just make the older guys underdogs like Davey Grant, Barcelos, Aljo, and, you know, but even Ryan Spann was underdog. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but, you know I went a lot of underdogs in this card. I think it ended up going to my benefit, and I think every underdog on this fucking main card won because I'm like Jocelyn Edwards won. That was the one underdog I didn't see coming, but shout out Barcelos going in there and just showing that I'm more the man than you, handsome, strong Brazilian guy. And then this fight. This was just fun. I don't know how Buchecha was a favorite. Ryan Spann hit him so hard, this guy just went flying. Like, he went limp in the funniest way possible. They need to cut Buchecha. Like, his first fight I seen him in the UFC was pitiful, disgusting. Dare I say AI generated-esque. It looked like AI. That shit was so horrible and garbage. Ryan Spann didn't even look that great. Both guys kind of looked fatigued by the second round. But Ryan Spann just leaps into a 1-2. Boom. The 2 landed straight on fucking Buchecha's head, and he fucking ate dirt. Buchecha's so bad. That fight was so funny to me because Buchecha fell in the funniest way. And he just sucks, dude. Look at it. Let's look at it. Look at his face, man. Yeah, man. Fuck, dude. I try my hardest. Shut up, dude. You went in there just to get your ass whooped. So shout out Ryan Spann getting it done. Ryan Spann getting a win in general is kind of weird. It doesn't really make sense. Like I said, I didn't really watch. I wasn't live for the prelims. I'll quickly just say my quick thoughts. I thought Vieira was going to win. I saw that Killer Ranchi's son won. Good for him. Jackson McPhee, Cedric Dumas says, "Kenny, trust me. I was going to win my next fight." He literally told me that. So listen, Dumas, if you're watching this, I picked you. I did put money against you, but I did pick you in my video, so hope that made you happy. Did watch a little bit about MBS and Michelle Montague. I saw Michelle Montague win, as I predicted her to win. Rafael sold my shit. Didn't really watch the fight, but I heard Durden actually deserved it. Francis Marshall gets the win. Venezuela gets the win like I predicted, and I don't even know who I picked for this fight because who gives a shit about either one. I think I actually did pick Alan Carr to win, though. But overall, all right card. I think the biggest thing to take away from this card is Aljamain Sterling is really him, and Yousef Zalal needs a bit of improvement. But let me know what you guys think about this card down below and these picks. That's it for me. God bless. 2, 3, 4.